Hello everyone. In this video I'll be introducing a single-player version of the game Dead of Winter in which you utilize Sparky as your only survivor. I came up with this version of the game and posted it on Reddit a couple days back, and it got a lot of attention, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a tutorial video for those of you who would like to watch it rather than read it off the page. The link for the Reddit will be in the description below. So the objective of the game is to last 8 rounds, having at least one helpless survivor alive in the colony by the time you reach round 0. The morale starts at 7. The setup for the game is fairly simple. In it, you'll utilize 12 zombies at the colony and 2 zombies at each location. Sparky will be the only character you're allowed to play in this game. So besides zombies, I've removed a couple different cards from each individual sections. Those ones include all the Outsiders cards, and every card that pertains to barricades. Those cards are not needed in this variant of the game. If you don't wish to remove them ahead of the game, you can just leave them in the individual decks, and then while playing the game, you can just skip over that card if you draw it during a search. Notice how when I move all the Outsiders cards, they are all the 2 or 3 Outsiders cards. All the 1 Outsiders card you need to leave in the deck and continue to play with those. Instead of gaining another outsider, every time that card is drawn, you will gain 1 helpless survivor. That card is not optional and does not count as a search. So after you search and you come across a helpless survivor card, you automatically add that helpless survivor and then use your action dice for the new search. The other big way to set up this version of the game is the Crossroads cards. In order to set up the Crossroads cards for this variant of the game, dig through the Crossroads deck and find the card that pertains to Sparky. Place that card face down and draw 7 random Crossroads cards. The remaining Crossroads cards will not be used in the rest of the game. After separating your Crossroads cards, take the 7 random cards and mix the Sparky card in with them. Every turn you will draw 1 Crossroads card. If the card is not the Sparky card, there will be no effect. Even if the trigger is set off, you will not use any Crossroads cards besides the Sparky Crossroads card. At the beginning of the game, choose 6 different action dice for your choice of action dice, and draw 10 starter items. For this game, junk can be used both as a gasoline or a medicine, although it does not work as a substitute for that. So although you can use it to heal a wound or to avoid rolling for exposure, you cannot use junk in any of the crisis card scenarios. For the special rules of this game, since Sparky is a dog, he can't build any kind of barricades. So barricades are not included in this game. That's why the cards that were removed at the beginning of the game all were cards that pertain to barricades. Sparky also, as you know, is not available to get bitten, so the bite dice on the exposure dice simply counts as an extra wound. Since Sparky is a dog, he can move extra far. So you may move Sparky twice in 1 turn, as opposed to the standard one-time move that you're allowed with other survivors. While Sparky kills zombies at the colony, you may take a zombie token and place it in the food supply. The zombie token does not work for any helpless survivors, but may be used as a food token for Sparky and Sparky only if he's at the colony. Since Sparky is immune, he may actually eat the dead zombies. You also may not have more than 2 zombie tokens in the food supply at any one time. Thematically, the helpless survivors are intended to be children, so they are unaware of the kind of sound that they make at the colony. So instead of adding 1 zombie for every 2 helpless survivors at the colony, add 1 zombie for every 1 helpless survivor at the colony. You start off the game with 2 helpless survivors, so during your first turn, unless you have any more helpless survivors, you add 2 zombies. So that's the general gist of the game. Other than that, it's fairly simple. You may go to different locations, search, and fight zombies. The other big rule is when the Sparky card comes into play. So since there are 8 total Crossroads cards in 8 total rounds, at some point in the game the Sparky card will come into play. When that happens, you'll do the standard actions that are called for on the Sparky Crossroads cards. Although, you may also go through the police deck select one pistol, and immediately equip that to Sparky. For anyone who's not read the Sparky Crossroads card, it describes a scenario in which Sparky runs into an old carny that he used to work with, and the carny equips him with a gun. The options you get are to kill 8 zombies at the colony, or to gain 1 morale. Since the Crossroads card calls upon Sparky to have a gun, you may immediately equip him with a gun without having to use any type of action dice. Granted, you reshuffle the police station deck when you are done. Also, since he gets a gun at that point in the game, before then you may not equip Sparky with any type of guns, including sniper rifles, shotguns, or pistols. You may equip him with other types of weapons, but only guns have to wait till after the Sparky Crossroads card has been played. Sparky also may only equip to 1 gun at a time. That includes a pistol, shotgun, or a sniper rifle. If you wish to switch out the gun that is equipped with Sparky for another gun, you can simply make that decision to take away the weapon that the gun that he has, and replace it with a new gun. He may not equip 2 guns at any point in the game. So that's the general gist of how to play this variant of the game. If you go ahead and look it up on Reddit, you can get a detailed description if you want to try it out for yourself. If you wish to make the game any more complicated or any more simple, the easiest way to do that is to add or take away additional action dice. I recommend doing 5 if you plan to increase the difficulty a little bit, and 4 if you plan to increase the difficulty a lot. You also may add additional Crossroads cards to the Crossroads deck to ensure that you won't always come across the Sparky card at any point in the game. This adds a little bit of excitement to the game since you never know when the tables are going to turn greatly in your favor. So if you have any other questions about how to play the game, go ahead and post them in the comments below, or go to the link on Reddit, and I'll be happy to answer any of them. I will also be posting a full-length version of this game for anyone who's interested in watching me play through a variation of the game. I will be doing it on a heightened difficulty setting, so hopefully I'll make it through the game. Thank you for tuning in.